Hi, this is Caroline van Kimmenade from The Happy Sensitive with a series on celebrating sensitivity. And today I want to talk to you about living your own life. And I know this sounds a little bit trite and a little bit obvious, but it's very important to realize that when you are wanting to live a more joyful life, there are basically two possible sources of getting joy and appreciation. One of those sources is getting it from the inside, from inside your own being, from inside your own heart, where you know that regardless of what else is going on around you, you're on track and you're doing what you really feel you need to do. The other source of appreciation and joy is from other people. Now, the interesting thing is that while ideally we want to have both, we want to have appreciation from the inside and from other people, initially when we're starting, let's say, a new career or a new direction in our life, or just kind of living our life, making our daily decisions, we have to put our main focus on one or the other. And we all get conditioned to put our attention on what other people want from us, because that's how we're raised. That's how raising kids works. It's where, the parents are telling the kids what to do and what not to do, and the kids put their attention on their parents and are kind of reliant on their parents for support and appreciation. So we all have that programming inside of us. And it's important to actually acknowledge that that is a source of joy and it is a source of, support. But when we start to feel this inner niggle of, wanting to do something different and wanting to do something that's really true to who we are, we initially have to kind of turn away from that outer validation and that outer appreciation, because there's a kind of incubation period that happens where once you start to turn inside for answers and support, the answers that you get are not going to make that much sense to anyone else, and they might even not make that much sense to you, where you're like, I'm not sure why I'm doing this, but it really feels like it's the right thing to do, right? So it's important to realize that the joy that came before from having people on your side and having people believe in you could very well suddenly drop away, where you're going your own path and all these people are no longer on your side. But at the same time, the joy that comes from following your own inner guidance and being true to your own life and your own being and really figuring out what really works for you, that is priceless. It's a very different kind of joy from the joy that comes from the appreciation from other people. And it's important to realize that at the end of the day you can have both. But initially, you're gonna probably have to choose one or the other. And if you want to have both, if you want to have people on your side and appreciating what you do and follow your inner guidance, it's gonna take some time before the choices that you make from a place of inner connection and inner guidance, it's gonna take a while before those choices start to show up on the outside in your external life, in a way that other people can see them, right? So it's going to be a while before other people can start to appreciate that you taking decisions based on your own sense of direction actually works and actually leads somewhere. So that's really important to just kind of know about, that if you start out following your heart, following your intuition, and wanting other people to agree with you and to support you fully, you're probably gonna set yourself up for a big disappointment. And if you're trying to keep yourself happy and keep everyone around you happy as well, it's also gonna kind of keep you stuck, where you're kind of half doing what you want, half doing what they want, and not really moving forward either way, and not being internally satisfied, and not really satisfying the people around you, because you're just kind of like half-half on every possible level, right? So I just wanted to point that out, that difference because appreciation from other people does provide us with a very kind of significant kind of happiness, but it's a very kind of different happiness than the happiness that comes from the inside, from really following your own inner guidance as to what you need to do. And obviously I really recommend following your own inner guidance, because I believe there's something very deep and profound and important about learning to trust yourself and building a life from the inside out, you know, where it's really congruent with who you are and where you can fully be yourself and fully show up in your life the way that really works for you. And then, you know, have the people around you be a match for that, you know, so that you don't have to pretend to be someone else than you are, you know, because a lot of HSP stress comes from trying to not be HSP and not be who you are. So I truly believe it's super important to be, you know, intuitively congruent and to really follow your inner sense of guidance. But you know, it's not my decision to make. This is your decision to make. And so in this video, I just wanted to point out that there are these two sources of happiness. One comes from the inside, one comes from other people, and that, you know, if you are transitioning to wanting to make more choices from a place of inner happiness, then you're probably going to piss some people off, and you're probably going to have to live without that external validation for a while.